citizens of America.
People of the Florida Alliance.
You gotta move!
And the Western forces of Texas and California will be welcomed back to these United States as soon as their illegal secessionist government is deposed.
You don't know what side they're fighting for.
Someone's trying to kill us. We are trying to kill them.
How's it going, guys? Welcome back to my channel and time for another episode of Luke's Reviews. On today's video, I'm going to be reviewing one of my most anticipated films of 2024, and a film that, you know, down the line, some could view this as a documentary. It's Civil War. Set in the near but undisclosed future, America is as divided as it's ever been, as the combined forces of Texas and California, dubbed the Western Front, are at war with the American military. Caught in the middle of this ongoing battle are a group of war journalists and photographers doing whatever they must to get by unscathed and document it all along the way. From the trailers alone, I kind of had a hunch that Civil War was going to be one of the most impactful films in years, and I wasn't wrong. It feels like a daily occurrence to see violent events transpiring across the world, but there is something particularly unsettling when you see war hit recognizable landmarks. For instance, the Senate insurrection, a horrifying attack by thugs and mindless oafs who believed that they were doing what was best for the betterment of America. An event that was so shocking to see man turn against man just like that. In the case of Civil War, director Alex Garland, a filmmaker who I'm occasionally hot and cold with, decides to make the bold case and keep politics out of it entirely. Controversially for some, Garland does not provide a reason why America is at war with itself. Why are Texas and California in union against America? Their politics in real life are so diametrically opposed that you wouldn't think that necessarily they would be the states to band together, and yet they are. So what is behind that? What initiated this war in the first place? There are even extended periods of time where we may spend with soldiers fighting in this war, but we're never informed of their affiliation. Garland purposefully ducks and dodges those sorts of questions. He's not interested in the why. He wants to make a case about the struggle that war journalists go through. The fact that they are putting their lives on the line simply to document history, for us to learn the truth about what is going on, but also in a way to document everything so we know not to make these same mistakes again. Starring as this hardened press team are Kirsten Dunst, Wagner, Moura, Cailee, Spaeny, and Stephen McKinley Henderson, and they all do a fantastic job. Dunst is the best I have seen her in a long time. She plays a cold, apathetic photographer, and we witness how the harsh brutality of war doesn't just affect the soldiers, but also the ones there to document, report, and ensure history is maintained. Dunst's photographer strikes up an unlikely bond with novice photographer Jesse, played by Spaeny. There's somewhat of a shared kindred spirit, but Spaeny really impresses with her character's journey and how much war can fundamentally change a person forever. Moura and Henderson both provide great support to and help anchor the film, ensuring that in amongst the bloodshed and gunfire, humanity still remains. Someone, though, who is entirely void of any humanity in this film is Jesse Plemons, who makes a brief but unforgettable appearance as a totally deranged American soldier. There is no way, in my honest opinion, that this scene can be topped for the most intense scene of 2024. I kid you not, I was this close to just ripping the armrests off of my seat completely. But that level of intensity doesn't just birth and die in that scene and that scene alone. The entire third act, set in Washington, D.C., is heart-pounding and just profoundly unsettling from start to finish. Make sure that you see this in a cinema, or even better, in IMAX, because the sound design, especially the gunshots, are deafening. They're exactly what they should be. They jolt you every single time a bullet is fired. They place you into that war zone. It's not pleasant. It's incredibly harrowing to experience, but that's the point. I also want to give a shout out to a team that I don't feel gets anywhere near enough flowers, not just from myself, but from the general public, and that's location scouts. Most of, if not all of Civil War, takes place outside. And as far as money may take them, transforming the American landscape into a hellish war zone takes some doing. So the effort in finding these spots to help showcase the battleground America has become is insanely impressive and helps maintain that level of authenticity. As far as negatives are concerned, it ends abruptly, deliberately so, but I don't think that there is an overall sense of resolution. Maybe that's the intention, but in terms of telling an overarching story, removing its undertones and themes, I feel like there could have been a bit more of a conclusion told. I will also give a cautionary warning for those of you who are disturbed by real sequences of violence. Civil War is incredibly realistic. It is meant to be. And I would imagine, that being the case, that there might be some Americans as well who are going to be appalled at some of the images that you see. I'm from across the pond, and watching the Lincoln Memorial and the Washington Monument be lit up in an air raid and air defense missiles being fired off, it's alarming to say the least. But while some may declare this film to be propaganda for one political side or the other, I believe that Garland strikes the necessary balance of removing politics from the equation entirely. Civil War is a deeply harrowing and unflinching look at what a modern-day war would look like, regardless of your beliefs. It pays homage to the dangerous work of war journalists, whilst also posing intriguing moral quandaries at the same time. It's also a brilliantly made piece of cinema, and uncomfortably tense throughout, but the biggest takeaway for me was that sense of impartiality. It's not anti-Republican, nor is it anti-Democrat. It is, plain and simple, anti-war. So, I'm going to give Civil War a 9 out of 10. Anyway, guys, those were my thoughts on Civil War. Let me know, have you had a chance to see the film yet? What did you think? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And my question to you, I would like to know, what would you say is the most impactful war film? What you decide is a war film is entirely up to you, but I want to know your thoughts. But that is all the time we have for today, so thank you very much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Hello, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, make sure to click that like button, and if you aren't already, click that subscribe button too.